Good afternoon, actually. It is 4 o'clock here on the East Coast of New Jersey, of the United States, and I'd like to welcome everyone to the Google Penguin Update New Techniques to Boost Your SEO presentation. Just want to make sure that everyone can hear me. If you could please use the questions box on the right-hand side and submit some information. Just say hi, reach out to me. I want to make sure that people can hear me. Kevin can hear me. Joey Abner can hear me. Good to see you again here today, Joey. All right. Ashley's on the line. Tony's on the line. Kyle. Chuck's here from California. Great. Chuck, my good morning didn't even work for you because you're still in the afternoon time zone now. So not a problem. Thank you, Benny. Thank you, Jay and Janelle. Welcome, everyone. I'm just going to give everybody a couple more minutes here. Looks like we've got some slow entrance into the webinar today. It is the afternoon. I guess people are taking their time. The question arose a little bit earlier today. Is a recording of the deck going to be available online later? Yes, it will be. And the PowerPoint presentation itself will be available later today and tomorrow. We will send out an email to those of you who request it. So if you would like to request the presentation at the end of the webinar today for your own personal use in the future, you will be able to contact Steve Murphy, and his email address will be at the bottom of this presentation today, but his email address, in case you need it, is steve.murphy@pcgmailer.com. I'm just going to give everyone a few more moments to come into the broadcast today. Gene would like to know, Gene from Barbara's Autoland would like to know, how are the Penguins handling this East Coast heat? The Penguin March is on, unfortunately still in the East Coast heat. Gene, thanks for chiming in there. Yeah, that's still happening for everybody here. The Penguin March is coming down the line. And what we don't want to happen is have the Penguin march right on over on top of you and take you out. So even despite the heat and the ongoing humidity that we have that we're all enjoying here on the East Coast in New Jersey and Philadelphia and Pennsylvania area, the Penguin is in full activity. So I'm just going to give everybody a couple more minutes here. It's 4:03 on my laptop. So I'm going to give it another minute or two and then we'll start up. Anybody else want to make some weather comments? I'm open to getting them. Ryan G says hello to Gene K. We're even getting shout outs on today's webinar. We've got so many people. So Gene, you're getting a shout out from Ryan G today. Ken says he'd send us some messages, but his keyboard is melting. All right, so shows that we are live today. We are not recorded. We are excited to be presenting this information today. PCG's webinar. All right. So I'm going to wrap up the banter here, and I am going to go live with our presentation. All right. So again, welcome. If you have any questions during the webinar, please feel free to raise your hand or preferably use the questions box on the right-hand side of the system. Please feel free to use that questions box just for general comments about the presentation as it goes along, questions you may have. I'd like to welcome everyone. This is a nice amount of attendees that we have today, and very happy to be here. So just to introduce myself, I am Matthew Osuch. I'm the Chief SEO Strategist of PCG Digital Marketing. Today's webinar will be about the Google Penguin Update, the new techniques that you can do to boost your SEO, and things to do, things not to do when you are looking at the new type of search engine optimization techniques that you need to accomplish to get the job done here on the internet. So I'm going to go ahead and proceed to the next slide. All right, so today's agenda will be covering market research on the Penguin formula. What is it? You hear a lot about it. You hear about Panda, you hear about Penguin. Panda had a little bit less of an analysis than Penguin has had, actually. More people in the industry have shared their data about the Penguin supposed formula than any other update from Google that I know of recently. And so we'll be sharing that data with you. What should marketers do or not do after this Penguin update occurred? There have actually been several releases of updates to the Penguin system and the formula. So we'll see some information about those. And then tips to success with Penguin in play. What should you be doing? Linking, content creation and syndication, and increasing social interaction and multimedia use. And then what will happen next? All right, so what might be happening in Google's world next to combat the situations that we see from black hat or negative SEO? All right, so the Penguin tipping point. Market research has led us to believe that obviously Google gave us a little bit of information about it, but the full Penguin update had to do with bad linking, or what was known as the over-optimization of links. Now, you don't want to fall into these dangerous waters of bad link building and being hit by this Penguin update. You might get dropped off of page 1 into page 2, 3, or 4, or worse. And we have seen this in a couple of cases. Now, we've seen some industry cases of it. We've seen some non-automotive cases of this happening. And so we want to keep you up to date on what we've seen. And the worst thing that could happen to you is that you get listed for page 2, 3, or 4, or worse. And you can see our little Penguin friend here has dropped off the iceberg and is falling into page 2, 3, or 4. So when will the Penguin strike? All right, so market industry tests and analysis have shown that every site that has been looked at which got negatively hit by the Penguin update has had a money keyword as its anchor text for over 60% of the incoming links. All right, so this chart represents, and I'd like to thank micrositemasters.com who decided to negatively impact their own websites just for the kind of like jumping on the grenade here and taking one for the team, just to find out exactly how the Penguin update has negatively impacted companies and websites. So they did a campaign and they looked at all the analysis, and they found that when you started to link the exact same terms or keyword phrases more than 60% of the time to your website, exactly the same, across different websites and domains linking back to your own for the same anchor text, when you did it 60% of the time or more, that's when you started to get hit with a penalty. Now, this is an independent study. I am linking to their page and their blog post for full information on their entire study and where they did these links and how they got them. But it shows that if you start to anchor text exactly the same terms, linking back to the same page on your website, even if it's multiple pages on your website, we see that you're brought down in search results by as many as 2 to 5 pages of listings or 20 to 50 rankings. All right? So, how do you know when it's happened to you? Well, get access to your Google Analytics and your Webmaster Tools. There have been rolling updates to the Penguin formula and when it's been applied. Now, I am speculating here that a couple of times we've seen it were the end of April and the second or third week in June, concluding the end of the first week or starting the second week of June. There were 2 or 3 different times the formula was rolled out, but there have been rolling instances of this happening in between those dates, and as Google comes across the negative linking campaign or the too many anchor text links from one keyword phrase campaign, it will hit you, not immediately, but it may take 2 to 3 weeks to see that hit happen to you. So this is a screenshot of someone's Google Webmaster Tools. This is the search queries, and you can see here that on or about the 5th or 6th overnight, there was a penalty implied. Unfortunately, my arrow is a little bit over top of that. Let me just move that out of the way. There we go. All right. So you can see that there was a drop all of a sudden in statistics in the number of impressions that you see your website showing up for. Okay, so to further define the money keyword, it is just the one particular keyword phrase you're trying to show up for. For example, Texas Toyota dealer. If you were to link the words Texas Toyota dealer more than 60% of the time using hundreds of links or thousands of links back to your website, it's too consistent. Google feels that that is way too consistent, 60% or more of the time, to be linking to your website. All right. Thank you for your question, Ken, about what the money keyword is. Bruce, you didn't write down the email address. If you guys would like to get this slide deck, it is steve.murphy@pcgmailer.com, just as it sounds, steve.murphy@pcgmailer.com. All right. So let me go back to the slide deck here. So how long does it take to recover from the Penguin update error, problem, issue, ban, penalty, whatever you want to call it? It takes between 3 to 4 weeks before Google will come back to your website, reanalyze what's happening, and give you feedback. Now, when does this happen? We can't really tell you exactly when it will happen to your site, if it's going to happen. You have to take a look at the analysis of your different anchor text distribution and find out how it is being applied to your site. But if it does happen to you, the reconsideration request is at support.google.com/a bunch of stuff here. So I've made it into a bit.ly so that everybody can get to it a lot easier. Again, this presentation will be distributed later, so you can use this link a little bit later if you've been penalized for a reconsideration request. So how smart is the Penguin update? Penguins are black and white. Some old TV shows are black and white. Therefore, some penguins are old TV shows. No. The logic is a problem with Penguin. Now, I am not personally saying that there was a specific problem with the Penguin update. In fact, as an SEO, I kind of support it because everything that PCG does and my team has done over the years has always been white hat SEO. We don't go out and we buy links. We don't go out and create these horribly created forums of sites that are backlinks, that are only links, that are one keyword phrase. PCG staff have consistently, diversely picked keyword phrases, not just to link one phrase, but several different phrases across many different domains. So the problem with Penguin is, what if it is my dealership name? All right. So what if the keyword phrase that you've been linked to several times has been your company name? Can't really control that. Well, Google says there is a special condition they've done to combat that. They said that somewhere underneath in their formula, they've taken the time to consider that it might be your company name, it might be a brand name, there might be something that specifically addresses what your company is about or is how your company is referred to in the market. So we really have to trust that Google's formula is not going to penalize you for your own company name. All right. We'll be on the lookout for further updates and let you know how the formula pans out, but there's a lot more to cover today than just the company name issue. So how do you know when you're getting to that 40%, or I'm sorry, 60%, 70% tipping point, that point at where you're falling off the ledge and you're being eaten by the Google killer whale, if you will? PCG staff has created an internal report to analyze a website's anchor text. I'd like to thank Devin Jones of our pay-per-click team and Don Lampert of our SEO team, along with myself, we sat down, we worked out a formula and a spreadsheet that we use to analyze your dealership anchor text distribution or any anchor text distribution for any domain name. So, based on link density, we can generate a report very similar to this. Now, I've used XYZ dealership and Springfield as the town that they were targeting. Of course, I changed some of the information to protect innocent parties. But you can see here that PCG goes out to the opensiteexplorer.org website. It is a free website that does anchor text analysis. We grab the data from that site, we pull it into our macro-enabled Excel sheet, and we run a report on it. This dealership is doing just perfectly fine. 31%, 25%, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1. Now, some of these things that come up, the anchor text that's distributed here, are the name of the dealership or the words visit dealer website. That's probably from a site like an inventory website where your VDPs are showing up and it might say visit dealership website on the left or right hand side underneath your company name. So for every car that's in that VDP, you're probably getting the words visit dealer website. Now, you probably wouldn't have a problem because you're not trying to target for the word visit dealer website. You're trying to target for something more like Springfield Toyota dealer or XYZ dealership, which is the company name, or Scion Dealers Springfield. A lot of these here, this example, has no anchor text because it's an image. That says to me, banners or graphics are being linked to your website with no alternate tag or no title tag to those pieces. So make sure to put alt tags on banners or graphics that are being linked to you. Now the question here is other. Sometimes other falls into the category of 40 or 50%. Now it's not the word other. We just did the top 10 most popular phrases, and then the other portion is all 1% or less of each phrase. If you need more detail on that information, please let me know. All right, let's take a look at some of the questions that have come in here. All right. Can I clarify the 60% of what? Sure, I'd love to clarify that. That is one of the most important things you guys need to know about this, and if it's not clear, you need to know. If 60% or more of your overall keyword links back to your website are the same exact anchor text, if it's 60% or more of the times is, let's say, Texas Toyota dealer, out of 1,000 links, 600 of those links are Texas Toyota dealer, exactly, word for word, letter for letter. That is when it seems like the penalty starts to happen. Okay. I'm going to go on to the next slide. I hope that was able to answer your question, Matteo. All right. So, exactly how can you fix your linking? All right. Footer links are where I would start. Fix your linking by going into the footer links of your website if you have a microsite or a blog, and update those footer links to remove links that go back to the dealership website. Now, this is contrary to what strategies were for the last 5, 10 years. Google has changed the game. They've changed the formula, so you need to conform to that or risk running into a penalty. We don't want that to happen to you. We don't want that to happen to anybody on the internet. They should be doing best practices, so you should stay on top of how you are linking back to your dealership. Now, much like footer links, you should also eliminate sidebar links. I'm going to get into that in just a second. But if the anchor text of the link is a keyword goal, Texas Toyota dealer, and it's not your business name, we recommend at this time that you should delete it. I know this sounds like a drastic thing. It sounds like a drastic change, but Google has made a drastic change to their formula. If you want to have a link with your business name on all pages, make it a no-follow link. That is part of a attribute that is a relevancy attribute in the link, in the HTML part of it. I would be happy to provide a link to anybody that doesn't know what a no-follow link is at the end of this seminar, this webinar information, so that you can be sure that you are no-follow linking things. And you do not need hundreds of links anchored on your own dealership name anyway. You probably already rank #1 for your dealership name. If you don't, then you've got a bigger problem. You've got something having to do with your own company name, the most important asset that you have, and showing up on page 1 for it should be your main priority. You'll need to write more content, get more links for your company name if you're not showing up #1 for your company name. Now, sidebar links are very similar to footer links. They show up on most microsites or blogs, and they show up on every page. What we're trying to do here by removing or eliminating links is to remove that information from repeating hundreds of times or thousands of times on the same website, pointing back to only one place on the internet. If you want to now, you need to go back to the old style of sharing links, which might have been a dedicated page on your website or blog, which links back to, let's say, partners or other websites. Create a page on your website, on your blog, about the dealership, about us. Write about 500 to 600 words and link those key phrases to the dealership. That's perfectly fine on that one page. But what we want to prevent is hundreds of links or thousands of links coming from the same domain or resource back to your website and with the same keyword phrase. Okay, so removing sidebar links is pretty easy. You can check the sidebar links feature in your blogs. This will place a list of popular links on all pages in the sidebar column widget. And if you want to keep them there, you can make them no-follow links. I recommend using that no-follow attribute. All right, another issue of excessive linking. Now, seeing internal linking is not usually a problem here. I know that there has been different kind of things, different ways of looking at it, but it's very possible that Google could consider internal linking strategies that may be excessive or with repetitive text that shows on every page that's the exact same thing and links the exact same words across the entire site to be duplicate content, A, and B, excessive linking. So, I recommend on homepage links or on any templated content that's in a scroll area that you try and make it unique. Make it apply to only those things that are on the page. From your home page, make it more generic. Some websites have hidden or scrollable text. That's where you'll find it on the home page. It can have dozens of links to internal or external web pages, and you'll want to modify that. Okay? We suggest that the content be edited to remove a high frequency of hyperlinks and make the text more natural. Something easier to read and more relevant. If you're on the home page, you want more top-level linking. A link to the parts page, a link to the service page, a link to the financing page, and maybe 2 or 3 sentences about each. And then when you get to that financing page or when you get to the service or parts page, from the service page or parts page, then go on to deeper link into other pages that are relevant. If you're looking to have an oil change, brake pads, or air conditioning repair, link to those pages from the service page or the parts page. But don't do that straight from the home page. Okay. The next step after linking is always investing in original content. Now, this has been a best practice strategy for over a year and a half, 2 years now. It should have been something that everybody was doing, that Google was rewarding for years now, but has come into play when the Panda update occurred. And as Penguin continues to roll out, of course, there's the idea of how can I prevent any kind of negative thing happening to me. It's writing your own content. So the last few updates from Google have generally focused on the quality of linking. Oh, excuse me. All right. We are an advocate of hiring in-house The writers and social media advocates for years that PCG has been trying to get dealerships to do. If you're not doing it yourself as the internet sales manager or BDC manager or marketing manager, you should go in and start writing unique content on your sites. With Google calling the shots for 67% of the search market, that's right, 67% of people go through Google search. Bing is now also providing search results to Yahoo. So it's now Bing and Yahoo that hold the majority. They both speak at conferences about search engine optimization, and Bing and Yahoo and Google all together now are telling you that original content is what they want to see, and you need to invest in an internal digital warrior, someone that is effective with video, someone that is effective with writing content, creating videos, and engaging in social media on a majority basis, not following up with leads, but on a majority basis of pushing out information from the dealership level to the website and to other resources. So here is an example of what poor content and linking is all about. This came out in the end of April. It was an article by Matt Cutts, and he linked to this graphic, the snapshot of an article that they saw that they penalized for poor content and poor linking. It was just a duplicate. So this content, if you start to read it, is about getting fit and using simple and easy methods. But within those methods of what is supposed to be about exercise, they have linked the words payday loan, loan, and fast cash loans. Now, the wording around these links has nothing to do with a loan, being a loan company, providing payday loans or any kind of information, or fast cash loans. It is about hiking trails, parks, doing 25 repetitions in 2 packages, which doesn't even make any sense. This is a good example by Matt Cutts. You can see his picture here. Some people here at PCG say that I have a man crush on Matt Cutts. That is highly likely. He is the head of the web spam team at Google. I watch all the videos he produces. I read all the blog posts he puts out. And if you are at all concerned with the optimization for your dealership on the internet, he's the guy to be following. So you do need to probably go in and renew your content. Review your blog posts and the syndicated content to make sure that the linking strategies used in the content are natural. It is natural to mention a 2012 Honda Civic in a blog post and link the words in 2012 Honda Civic to your inventory page. All right, so on a lot of platforms today, you can go out and you can pull up the 2012 Honda Civic inventory page or landing page for the 2012 Honda Civic. Link to that page. Do not link to your homepage. I know to a lot of you that are customers of PCG for more than the last 6 months or have attended 2 or 3 seminars or watched 2 or 3 webinars, you've heard this before. But it continues to happen. People link generalized content to the homepage of their website and not to the specific 2012 Honda Civic car page. Linking to specific VDPs is also natural because the car is unique. So if you put out a video, or if you have one of these video services that automatically creates a walk-around video based on your pictures of the car, and it goes through the picture carousel and makes a video out of it, it should be linking back to the exact page for that car, not just your home page or your inventory page. It's also natural to link to the service page, parts page, and used car pages, but Penguin forces greater attention on how those links are being created. We need to understand the keyword phrases and the way that you're linking the text within the paragraph. Making sure you're not overlinking, maybe doing 2 to 3 links for every 500 to 600 word blog post. But it's not an exact formula, unfortunately. Okay. You can also syndicate your content. Now you can syndicate as a dealership your vehicle inventory via an XML feed. That provides for more content across several different websites. And dealers can establish themselves as local experts by syndicating your blog content, your infographics, PDFs, brochures, videos to other local bloggers. Provide them with the inside scoop about a sale or a special. Get it to them before it hits the paper. Get information to them before a new model even hits the lot, and let them know when you expect that new model, the new year, or if there's a concept car that's going to be visiting the lot. Those car aficionados, people that are interested in the industry in your local area, type in a geo-target, type in a town, find those individuals writing blogs, not just about your dealership, but are car enthusiasts throughout the community, and you can get more links by being more social. Networks that allow content syndication with natural linking can amplify the benefits of your in-house or outsourced content writers. We've been saying that for a while now. And video is a favorite asset for syndication, and the results that we've seen with dealers we coach on syndicated video SEO is amazing. Unfortunately, I'm going to be giving away a little bit of a secret that all PCG clients have known now for about 3 or 4 months. We've been pushing video for our clients very heavily. That's why we have a new video pre-roll package. It's why we have a video creation package. It's why PCG is accepting videos on a monthly basis for clients, uploading them to YouTube and other media sources, and optimizing them for search. It's because Google has placed a greater value on video and multimedia content than it has ever before in previous years. You also need to invest to be successful in social. Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, and Google+. You may think that getting clicks or likes or retweets and reposts from social media sites provides little value, but the rules have changed. This was not part of a Penguin update, but this has been part of an update that has been applied for months now. A couple of months ago, Matt Cutts and the Bing SEO team, the Google SEO team and the Bing SEO team, got together at a conference, and they openly stated that they have a formula that looks at Twitter tweets, retweets, engagement, Facebook likes and shares, and Pinterest shares. They openly said that a certain part of their ranking factor, part of those 200 different ranking factors that they change every year, do contain social media metrics. The line between automotive SEO and social media marketing has crossed. Brian Pash, the head of our company, has spoken before about it being blurred. I, in my opinion, am going to go one step further. They have crossed over, and they are now pretty much one and the same. You can't do automotive SEO without talking about social media and your internet reputation. When you combine social media strategy with retargeting campaigns, the results are highly profitable. We've seen that remarketing campaigns are now engaging people more and more and getting people involved in a Google Plus strategy by sharing content, videos, and photos that reside on or at your dealership will increase participation, will increase views and likes, will increase your SEO overall. Links created by Google Plus are valuable assets. That social signals are created by these assets and these links, and they show up in search when a person is signed into Google+. Google's way to stop link abuse is to favor the influence of peer votes through social media websites. You need to go with the flow with when Google is optimizing new things for search. When it starts to show videos more often, show video. When it starts to show Google Plus votes or links or likes or shares, you got to do it more often. You have to adapt at all times to stay alive in the SEO market. So do not get discouraged. It's why PCG and many other resources are available to learn more about search engine optimization at all times. If your website was penalized by Penguin, you can fix the problems. Sometimes you will get a message in your Webmaster Tools account that states that they have identified that abnormal linking strategies have happened to your website and that you should identify them. There is a panel inside of Google Webmaster Tools that helps you to identify where you're getting all of your links from. It says links to your site. It can be more plainly put out there for you. Identify those sites that are linking to you too often and try and reduce the amount of links versus the number of pages that they link to you. Try and reduce that a little bit. Have it be more heavily weighted on the number of unique links and keyword phrases and deeper linking articles that you're getting traffic to. If you've done a full audit and your internal external linking investments are now natural, rankings will come back in 3 to 4 weeks, and I'm going to repeat what I said a lot higher up in this presentation in case you joined us a little bit later. All right. So looking at the distribution of links, you need to stay below that 60%. Not to say that it won't change in the future. That's what it is based on some of the research that's been happening in the industry today. But if you feel that you've seen one of these dips in your impressions and search queries in Google Webmaster Tools, you should go out and ask for a reconsideration request only after you have removed all of the duplicate links or multiple linking sources that you feel are not in your best interest. You can find that by going to opensiteexplorer.org, or PCG can help you get one of these type reports to help you understand what your anchor text distribution looks like. And only after you do that should you go to the reconsideration request and ask Google to review your website again. Okay. So, is keyword linking dead? Should you be discouraged from linking in general? No, absolutely not. Content with links that are natural can still include keyword targeted links. But do not abuse the strategy. And as long as the page points to another page that's supported by the keyword goals, if you're talking about an oil change in Texas, an oil change in Houston, make sure that that page talks about Houston oil changes. All right, if you're talking about Toyota dealer in Louisville and you're linking the words Toyota dealer in Louisville, you better be darn sure that the words Toyota dealer in Louisville are in the content of the article you wrote and the page that it's landing on. You will want to diversify the keywords that you're linking. You don't want the same exact anchor text on all of your blogs, all of your press releases, all of your links that are within content to your site. You want to try and diversify. Pick 10 keyword phrases. Now we know that one of those phrases is going to be the most important. It's going to be contained in some of those other phrases. But try and pick 10 different phrases and rotate through them. Don't stick to just one word over and over again. You want to keep on doing successful SEO techniques. White hat SEO is the way to go. So what is it you want to do? You want to research your keywords, update your website meta information, you want to create original content, and then build off-site media and links. Let's go through that concept just a little bit more in detail. You want to find the most important first step to a good keyword phrase campaign is keyword research. You're going to go ahead and use the Google AdWords keyword tool. You may also want to compare keywords to what your competitors are doing with spyfoo.com. Those are keyword phrases that they're advertising on, but if they're advertising on it, you better be darn sure that somebody's going to try and show up for organic search results for it as well. Save yourself a little money. In the updating of the site content, meta tags. What are meta tags? If you're a beginner at this, they're the hidden text on a web page that helps search engines identify the content. The title of a page and description of a page is what they're called. This is how it appears in search. The title of an HTML page or a web page shows up like this. It's the larger text on a search result. The description is the smaller text below. You always want to write your title and your description from the point of view of a marketer. What will make a person click on this link? What are the most popular phrases? How can I get them into that 65 character limit and 165 character limit? That's the title and the description. And get them into your website. Get them to click through to your website. Increased clicks from a search result will actually increase your ranking. Google is tracking conversion, clicking, quality, many different things. That's one of the 200 factors that people should be watching. Apply your keyword research. Your homepage should contain the most important keywords, but not look like keyword stuffing. It should not say Texas Toyota dealer, Texas Toyota dealers, Texas Toyota dealerships. You need to naturally link that information and have content that is maybe 1 or 2 times mentioning the keyword phrase and getting a little more diverse from there. The Google Webmaster Guidelines state that all titles and descriptions should be unique, and you should have keywords in the title and description and in the content of the page. Everything needs to follow through. In creating content, you want to write unique, updated information at least once a week. If possible, that would be great. We know that not a lot of people have enough time or energy or budget to write more content or add more links or do more things on their website at least once a week. So if you can, use these following items: models, geo-targets, local community events, national sales events, and specials. Of those 4, at least one of them happens every week. Model updates, a new model hits the floor. You come up with a new area that you're targeting. You come up with a local community event that you're participating in, or there's a national sales event or some sort of special. These tactics will help you rank for local and regional keywords, brand, and geo-targeted terms. All right. So, what will happen next? Will it be the zebra update? I am speculating right now, with no credibility toward my research at all, that the next fluffy, cute animal that only eats grass or does not harm humans in any way is a zebra. That's my speculation to what the next Google update might be. They've gone with black and white animals. They've gone with animals that have not hurt anybody. Sure, why couldn't it be a zebra? If it is a zebra, you heard it here first. If it's not a zebra update, then, oh well, I was wrong, and the next update's going to mystify the rest of us. All right. So I'm going to stop here for a moment and take some questions. I'd like for everybody to use the information on the right-hand side to ask me a question. I already have some that have started, so that's really great. Penguin, Alex asks, Penguin has definitely had an adverse effect. It is almost getting to the point where people should just do their own SEO naturally. That's a good question, Alex. Is it to the point where people should do their own SEO naturally? Well, if you're an expert like Alex, I know that you are, you do your research, you do your homework, you go to at least a couple conferences every year, and you stay up to date on the most interesting information and new places to find links, to create social media accounts, to post content, to post blogs and press releases, create your own landing pages. If you have that amount of time at your dealership and you're not following up with leads or sales events, then you've got something else going on. If you have the ability to, it would be great if you can get your own SEO campaign running internally, yes. If you have the knowledge and the know-how. So Kyle, thank you very much for your feedback. Should have been in effect. Okay. Can I give the address again? Rob, I'm sorry, that might have been a little while ago. If you could ask that question again, what address is it that you're looking for? Probably Steve's email address, and I'll bring that up on the screen here, steve.murphy@pcgmailer.com. All right. You go back up. All right. All right, so there's questions about things that PCG might have done and the strategy of other SEO companies or the SEO departments of other platforms. Yes, PCG and other companies, many other companies in the industry have always built microsites that have had sidebar links and footer links. That was an acceptable standard by Google. and there was no problem with any kind of linking of that nature. When they flipped the switch for Penguin and finally described what was happening, an analysis needed to be done of what that formula did and how it affected sites. And PCG's team internally has gone through websites, microsites, inventory posting websites of our own, and has started to remove some of the duplicate linking that we've seen that the new formula could have effect on, could have taken into account. At this time, we are always moving forward with new strategies, as everyone seems to do here in the SEO world. So speaking to that effect, PCG's sister company AAN has also been working on more dynamic linking strategies, meaning diversity of keyword phrases, multiple websites or pages being linked to by those keyword phrases, and they are also removing or updating sidebar links or footer links as they go through the sites and understand Penguin more. Okay. What the free web provider that will analyze the websites? Okay, so Pete asks a good question. Is there a free web provider that will analyze websites? Yes, there is. Unfortunately, at this time, I forget the name of that website that did it, but PCG built its own internal macro-enabled Excel sheet that will do the analysis. We go out to opensiteexplorer.org, and Pete, maybe that's the website you're referring to. Take a look at opensiteexplorer.org, type in your domain name, and let it run a report on the anchor text distribution, the number of links you're getting, the followed versus no followed links. That will help you understand where all of your linking information is coming from. The other area I would recommend to find out where you're getting links from is your Google Webmaster Tools. That is a priority for you to look at and analyze as often as possible. Bruce, yes, I'd be happy to send the slide deck to you. And content syndication, for those of you that aren't familiar with content syndication, that would be the use of going out to multiple blogs or bloggers that are in your area and offering up them a unique version of a blog post or page you have on your website of upcoming information or events. So making sure you get out to all of the different resources in your community that might be writing about cars or sales events and asking them for maybe a guest post that you can put on their blog, or speak with them as an exclusive interview and give them the latest information on the newest 2013 or 2014 model information that's coming out. Okay. Thank you for your questions. I still have some questions coming in here. Can I discuss the +1 button and how it applies to non-Google sites in search result page? Ken, thank you for asking your question. Really appreciate it. Yes, I am recording this for Bruce, but let me go back to Ken's question here. The +1 button. We have seen a correlation between the Google Plus button and websites showing up higher in search. Now, of course, for that to happen, there needs to be two different things. You need to be a participant in the Google Plus network, meaning the social media network Google has created called Google Plus. And then you need to be logged into that account while you're looking at websites, doing searches, and clicking the plus buttons. It also helps to re-rank social media shares and likes via Google Plus from other people's circles that you're in or that you have put them in your circles, and shows them higher in search results. Now, this is a discussion for a different webinar, unfortunately. Today I'm trying to focus on linking, content writing, syndication, what are good and bad SEO techniques. I will state further, Ken, that Google Plus is a positive technique, and you should take a look at that to find some of our previous webinars that we've done on Google Plus and Google Plus One buttons. The thing I can tell you the most is, yes, you should be implementing the Google Plus One button on your website and having people, when they write a review, add a Google Plus One button click to their list of chores they should do when they thank you for a good sale. Right. Let's see here. Got a couple other questions. People are asking for the webinar. and I'd be happy to, of course. I heard Pinterest wasn't being used for ranking yet. Is that true? Well, there's a couple different things here, John, that we can go over as far as Pinterest, Twitter. I would imagine that it's possible that Google will, as well as Bing, find a way to index the things that you're doing on Pinterest and Twitter and index those links as positive information. Now, some links from Pinterest are no follow, some are followed links. All right, depends on where that information is. And really, it's hard to define a further use of Pinterest other than pictures, because of course you're not getting very many text links. Text links don't provide for, picture links without any anchor text don't provide for very good linking. They provide for some, but not as good as possible. Okay, so Ken is asking what would be the definition of a, let me see here. I scrolled off of it, unfortunately. There we go, okay. In regards to new content, what would that mean? A blog post or a completely new blog post? Okay, so new content. I'm going to be a little more vague because I can't particularly identify the question. So in writing content, you should write something that has not been covered by someone else before with the exact same wording that you're using. Think of it like when you were back in college or in high school. Of course, everyone was told not to plagiarize. Google's Penguin update, or excuse me, Panda update essentially was an anti-plagiarism update, penalizing those individuals that were copying and pasting information from other sources and using it on their website as unique content. Creating new content is taking a concept and putting your own twist or spin on it. So the 2013 new model comes out for Toyota, and the Camry's got an automatic park feature, let's say. So Camry 2012 Toyota Camry leads the way in new features of automatic parking. Houston Toyota drivers excited about new 2012 Toyota Camry auto park feature. So twist the topic, twist the blog post and information or pages that you create to be relevant to your particular industry or geo-targeting keywords. Do not use exact copy and paste. Even just jumbling up the phrases from the paragraphs is not going to do you any good. Alex Jefferson points something out, that zebra does not start with a P. Alex, you're exactly right. It does not start with a P. I've broken the formula. Zebra will probably not be the newest update. Okay. Shannon has asked about the no-follow linking and how no-following is going to be used. Shannon, in fact, I'd like to refer you to a little more detail offline. The no-follow attribute is a relevancy attribute within the anchor text. Within the anchor, which is how you hyperlink things. So by doing that, you really need to know more about how HTML works and how to get into the little pieces of code in links of microsites or blogs that you're creating. So if you take a look at some of the articles online, how to use no-follow anchor text, or if you'd like to email me personally, I'll put my contact information back up on the screen here. Matt@pcgmailer.com. You can get more information on that, and we can go through it. Kyle says that very politically he's campaigning here politically for Obama, is campaigning for the unicorn update. I'm not too sure I know what that means, but I'm sure it has something to do with healthcare. So I'd like to, I'm going to answer a couple more questions as we go along, but there's something I can't leave off. PCG's team will be exhibiting and speaking at AutoCon 2012 in September 5th through the 8th in Las Vegas at the Aria Hotel. This is right before the Chrysler conference that's happening in Las Vegas, and I highly recommend that if you are a Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge dealership, that you should consider going to AutoCon 2012. It is quickly becoming the go-to conference of the fall for internet marketing. It is being put on by Automotive Digital Marketing, the forum, and Dealer Elite. So some PCG team members will be speaking and exhibiting there. I would really love to go as well. I think we've all been to Las Vegas at least once as far as the marketing team or SEO team, and I'd love to go back to ARIA in September. So I hope to see a lot of people there. A lot of keynote speakers, and dealer principals attend for free. Let me repeat that. Dealer principals attend for free. I do not know of any other conference personally where you can attend as a dealer principal for free and get so much information for automotive digital marketing and internet marketing, search engine optimization. Highly recommend that this be on your plans September 5th through the 8th, especially if you're a Jeep Chrysler Dodge dealership, because you're going to go out and you can, on the following day after the conference closes, you can go to the conference, the Chrysler conference. That would be terrific. All right. So the information here, Gene recommends the Piranha update. The Piranha update, I'm not sure what it would cover. It sounds a little malicious, but piranhas do have black stripes on them, I believe, Gene, so that might be something you could do. So a lot of things, a lot of good questions here today. Really appreciate it. If there's any other questions, please submit them on the right-hand side of the question and section, and I will be happy to answer them for you. Please take down this information. I will have my slide deck available to you. Please send me an email if you'd like to get it immediately. If not, you can look for it on our website. We'll be posting it on pcgdigitalmarketing.com as well as dealer-seo.com. What time is it here? Wow, I ran just an hour. That's terrific. Well, I hope that everybody's been able to learn a little bit more about the Penguin update today. PCG Digital Marketing is happy to present these new strategies to you. We do a webinar once, at least once a month, if not more, on these type of strategies and new updates. Google makes over 200 different changes to its formula every year. That means that within a month, you can have up to 5 or 10 updates or even more when they roll them all out together. We saw that Google Plus Local was a huge update from last month, and this month the Penguin update happening in late April through June. That will continue to happen. So if there are no other questions, I'm seeing some more trickle in here. Everybody's giving me examples of what they think the next Google update might be. I want to thank you for offering up the idea of the piranha, the hound dog, or the vultures. Google Vulture seems to be a popular one here. I want to make sure that Google Squirrel might be something that happens, or the Pony update. I don't think Pony update is going to happen, Alex. But I want to thank everybody for attending the webinar today. You have been a great audience, referring information to us whenever that happens. We really appreciate your feedback. Maybe it'll be a colorful animal next time Anant says, and maybe we'll find out all together. So if it is the zebra, I want to get credit for that one. All right, so if you need a reconsideration request, I'm going to leave that up here, that URL for the bit.ly link, for a couple of moments here. And let me just scroll back up to that. If you would like to get one of these reports, the Anchor Text Distribution Report, please feel free to email me or your project manager, your account manager at PCG, or contact here, and they will have access to that report. Okay, so there's the reconsideration request link. I want to thank you all for being online today, and I look forward to speaking with you soon or seeing you at AutoCon 2012 in September. Dealer principals get in free. That's awesome. Thank you, everybody. You have a great day. I'll leave the screen up for just a few moments. All right, I want to thank everybody for being on the presentation today. I'm going to shut it down. If you have any other questions, feel free to email me or send some information to Steve Murphy, and he'll put you on the next webinar list. You have a great day.